There's something special about Architects. They're not your average metalcore band. As they wrote new music, it always seemed to get only better. Except for maybe The Here and Now, which is only bad when compared to other records of the band. All Gods Have Abandoned Us was full of pain, both physical and emotional. The weight of inevitable was not gonna be for long, and something happened in 2016 that would mean two things for Architects: the loss of a loved family member, and the loss of foundation for who Architects are and what they sound like. Tom Searle stood behind all Architects' music from the beginning. He is the reason why they got where they are now. But after he passed, the band was trapped in this incredibly hard situation. How to keep making music, and how to keep making it as good as Tom did. Going into Holy Hell, I had very mixed expectations. On one hand, it's Architects, they need to make Tom proud at any cost. On the other hand, he was key, he was foundation. How can they possibly top his work? Answer was quite simple. They did not need to top his writing. They need to come up with something new, a new way. Josh Middleton is a great musician, both technically gifted and is a talented writer, so I hoped he would bring something new to the table. Deep inside I begged for this album to be good, because it simply had no right not to be. When I got into listening to Holy Hell, I immediately realized two things. These Architects aren't sticking to old sound. There was a lot of work done, and it was for good, because it was clear that they did not waste time. And the other thing I thought was they really did made Tom proud. Riffs, vocals, breakdowns, bass, drumming, orchestra, and ambient are all perfectly balanced and put together to sound absolutely insanely beautiful and meaningful. I was highly disappointed in Royal Beggar's lyrics, as I thought they were a bit too abstract and pretty much fully consisted of metaphors. I get that this is the way they achieve this poetic sound, but to me it felt a bit dry and empty. So going to the record, I was expecting quite weak lyric writing, and once again I was completely wrong. Yes, there are a lot of metaphors and a lot of weird word choices, but some parts make shivers go down your spine. I was amazed by depth of lyrics in songs like Holy Hell and Wasted Hymn. Lyrically, it is still Architects, it is still strong, and it is still meaningful. Themes of the album are pretty easy to predict, as they are mostly about Tom, which is in no way a bad thing. It is completely understandable that, as Sam said in one of his interviews, every song they will ever write is going to be about Tom. Overall, I found this record to be very depressive, yet still hopeful. Absolutely everything about the mixing was done right. Songs sound crisp, full, and powerful. Production of Holy Hell is something that is worth pointing out. Not a lot of bands get this part right. Looking at you, Bulfama Valentine. But Architects did everything perfect on the technical part. To me, Holy Hell sounds incredibly clear and pretty much perfect in every single way. I was worried to hear the same old Architects, but once again I was wrong. I was wrong about all of my expectations pretty much. This record came out as one of the most unique and original choices of writing I have ever heard. Riff game was just on another level, vocals are getting better and better with every record including this one, and some breakdowns were so disgusting I had to take a shower after them. Another important thing is orchestral bits. Strings and ambient are making the picture even more full than it already is. As a result, none of the songs get boring or repetitive. They all are super dynamic and interesting. Is this Architects? Absolutely. Is this Architects that we've heard before a million times? Sometimes. Hereafter and Modern Misery are two songs that I would like to point out and say that they kind of sound like self-plagiarizing. But the rest of the album sounds refreshing and completely new. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with classic Architect structures and sound. It is pretty much still here, it is just enhanced by 100 in Holy Hell, with extremely talented Josh Middleton's writing. I enjoyed the holy hell out of Holy Hell's sound. This album is very straightforward. It does not give you a chance not to enjoy it. Holy Hell consists of heaviness throughout and reaches its peak in the 7th circle, which is less than a full song, but it still delivers so much energy and so much aggressiveness. It's just insane. It gets so heavy you don't feel like you're listening to Architects anymore. That being said, album has softer songs too. I would point out A Wasted Hymn, as it is more melodic and calm overall. The picture you see drawn by Architects in this new record is crystal clear. It is an emotional tribute to Tom Cyril and a wholesome thank you to him from the band for everything he has ever done for the band. Architects' Holy Hell did not disappoint a single bit. It was much better than I thought it would be. And it brings me to this very tough dilemma. Maybe I should restructure and rethink my personal top 10 of albums this year. Simply put, Holy Hell is easily the most aggressive, the most emotional, the most perfect, and the most beautiful in every way album of the year. It is a swing in a new direction, and hopefully, this direction brings Architects to greatness and happiness they deserved, instead of all the sadness and despair they have experienced in the last couple of years. And us, fans, are ready to light this way all the way through. Architects' Holy Hell, 10 out of 10.